welcome to today's video. Today's video is Ava's 3-month update. Holy crap, I can't even believe it. She's getting so big and it's so sad, but it's good. It's like a bittersweet kind of feeling. You can't tell I'm sitting on the floor because that's what's comfortable and that's how I like my sit down video. So Ava was born at 6 pounds 11 ounces and 19 inches long. Her and her sister were the exact same length and the exact same pounds, which we thought was pretty cool. When is it that you get your second child and they weigh exactly the same? So that was pretty exciting. We did a 24-hour stay at the hospital. We were able to leave within not within 24 hours, but after 24 hours because everything was fine. The only thing they wanted us to do is follow up with her pediatrician in 48 hours, which would have been the Monday. She had, her levels of jaundice were, I want to say, at like 12 at that point. Her levels were at 14 to 15 when we went in to see the pediatrician, and so he immediately started her on lights. So what that means is we got a bed that was, you know, just like the size of basically of her, and a wand that that went with the bed. So at night, basically for the next 2 days, she had to be on the bed all the time, except for obviously when I would change her. But when I would nurse her or feed her, she had to be wrapped up in the wand. And then when we were done, we'd have to put her back. Now, she is, when they do sleep on the bed, they're stripped down to their diaper for obvious reasons, so the lights can get a good portion of their body. We did that for the 2 days, and then her levels did start to go down and start to normalize. She was still a little bit yellow for a little while after, but within like the next couple weeks, she started to tone down. The pediatrician did say that was because of something called breast milk jaundice, and there is a way for it to go away a little bit quicker. Is you stop breastfeeding for 2 days and you only formula feed, and then you go back to breastfeeding. But he said a lot of moms don't do that and they just continue breastfeeding and it just eventually goes away, which is what it did. I noticed after, I want to say when she was 3 weeks old, she had some, like, it almost looked like a birthmark at first on the right foot. It was on her heel, and then we noticed the same looking thing on her labia, and then a smaller version of the other two on the right flank. We didn't really know what they were at first. We had our suspicions. Hemangiomas are basically abnormal growth of blood vessels underneath the skin. They are a type of tumor, but they are not cancerous, and they never become cancerous. They're not problematic unless they are gonna, cause I guess some kids have them like right along here or on their throat to where it could obstruct their airway. Some kids have them like on the facial part where that could affect their eyes. As of her 3-month appointment, she only had them in those 3 spots. Now, if you have 5 or more, they recommend that you get a abdominal ultrasound. Within I want to say within a month after her 3-month appointment, I noticed what I thought were 3 more, which she had 1 on her finger, 1 on her palm, and then she had 1 that looked like that was coming to the surface, but it was deep in the skin. So I brought her back, or I took her back into her pediatrician, and he did confirm that those were hemangiomas, and the 1 on her forehead was a deep hemangioma. Now, it was just barely pointing through. If you do watch my vlogs, you might be able to tell in some of the clips, like when she makes her facial expressions, it kind of shows a little bit more. Because we did find 3 more, we went and had an ultrasound of her abdomen, and they checked literally every organ in her abdomen, and everything was clear. Thank the Lord. Thank goodness. And she went to her dermatologist, and we decided to treat the 1 on her labia and the 1 on her foot because those were more sensitive areas. And we're treating it with a medication called Timolol, and it's 1 to 2 drops twice a day to the affected area. We already, within like a week of her using them, we already can see a difference, which is great. Because the Timolol, what it does is it basically puts it into regression, because the hemangiomas will go through a growth spurt, and then once that's over, they will slowly start to regress. So by the time children are like 6 or 7, it's 50% gone, and by the time they're 9, it's 90% gone. In some cases, what I have seen, obviously from Google, some kids have it like half their body or half their face, and it's so sad. So we feel really fortunate that hers are smaller, and I'll show you them later on in the video. As far as the one on her forehead, it doesn't seem like it's growing. It seems like it kind of grew to the point and it's not going to grow anymore. Her dermatologist said if it does indeed start to get bigger, then she wants to go to propranolol, if I'm saying that right, which is another form of treatment for the hemangiomas. It'll do the same thing as the timolol. It will stop the growth, make it start to regress as far as growth. It's a little fussy, but I will do this quick. This is the one on her foot, and I have already noticed a difference since we used the medication. And then this is the one on her side. Is the one on her finger. Super little. And then tiny one right there. And then that's the one on her forehead. You can't really see it. It doesn't seem like it's grown at all. It's just the same size. So hopefully it stays that way and just starts to regress. That would be great. But yeah, so far, good improvement. Other than that, she's completely healthy. She's gaining weight at a perfect rate. She's in a good percentile range for her age. As far as her eating, she does breastfeed and bottle feed. I did notice as of the last week that she's kind of more bottle feeding than breastfeeding. As far as sleeping, she's been a pretty good sleeper since the day she was born. I think the most at one point she got up maybe 3 times a night, but that wasn't for very long. After that it was 2 times, and now she gets up once a night and that's it. Still takes like maybe 2, I want to say maybe 2, sometimes 3 naps a day, or probably a couple hours or so, some less, and I don't think it's really been more than a couple hours. As far as milestones, she is rolling onto her side. We do find her on her side a lot in the morning, so we flip her over, or if I notice that she's like in the middle of the night, if I happen to get up and she's on her side, I'll flip her over. But it's more towards like the morning after the first time she gets up. In the morning I kind of notice that she tends to turn to her side. She's, you know, doing the baby talk. She's drooling. When she does the baby talk, it kind of looks like she's moving her tongue a lot, like she wants to talk, which is pretty cool to watch. Loves when we read to her. She will stare at the books and just watch every page that we turn. She's super alert. She will just watch like myself or her dad or her sister. Like if we're walking around and one of us are holding her, she'll just like follow us with her head. She grabs at her toys, like with her jungle gym, or if she's in her swing or her seat, she grabs at her toys like she wants to grab them. She stares at her feet a lot with like a confused look, like she'll sit there and like look at them and it's like, what are those? And she'll do the same thing with her fist. She eats her fingers a lot, which is super cute. She does like hold her toys. She has a really good grip, and she'll sit there and bite on her toys. She sees her bottle. If she's like a little fussy, if we go look, she gets excited and she'll like, you know, do like the little baby spasms where they like freak out. It's super cute. Every single day I will, I'm just like, say mama. And I just do that to kind of joke around with her dad because I'm like really trying to get her to say mama first. And she'll just look at me and smile, and she'll, you know, she'll get excited and she'll try to talk. So I want to think she knows. She knows. She's just waiting for the right time to say it. This is old Miss Ava. Hey, look at the camera, Mama. Ava. We just love her so much. She's so stinking cute. Look at that chin.
She always get those double chins. You can probably
look at that arm. Look at that arm.
These little thunder thighs.
She just loves her sister.
She stares at me at all.
She's got her little Target onesie on. The Target sent to her. Yeah, for all our little Target runs, huh? There you go. Look at that camera. Oh my goodness, you're so cute.
She likes it when you do their fake sneezes.
Achoo. Oh yeah, she laughs. She laughs. Yeah. That's another milestone I forgot to say. She laughs, and it's so cute. We die every time she laughs. We just, oh, look. And she gets pissed off sometimes too when we bug her. Huh? Yeah.
She always does. She always gives that mean face when she's in Cartoon.
She's like this. Like, I don't want to be in here. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and comment below.
We'll answer them.
Yes, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe,
And don't forget to hit that notification button so you get notified whenever we have a video.
Yes.
She needs to learn to say that at the end.
I forget. All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.